Hey everybody, welcome back to Mrs. RATTLECAN'S house. I am James and this is the week in review number 10. I am hoping that this will be the shortest week in review we will ever do. Mainly because that means there was not a lot that we were able to do at the house. The abatement crew was finishing up. They are still not technically finished up. They worked Saturday, they worked Sunday, they continued working until Wednesday afternoon when they finally took the air samples, and they've had to leave everything sealed up until they get the air samples back. They told me 1 to 2 days. The second day means it'll be Friday afternoon. I'm gonna make a wild guess and say probably not gonna hear anything today. So we're still kind of kicked out of the attic in theory until we get that back, because then they can unseal all the ducts, they can remove the protective equipment, the barriers that are up, and then we can kind of get up in there. So this week I just did some kind of low impact stuff. I mapped out my electrical layout in the workshop, basically just meaning what breaker controls what item. That is the plan on what's going to happen at the house tomorrow, I think. I started cleaning the workshop windows as well. I mean, there's nothing exciting about that. I didn't even videotape it. It's me and, some Windex and a bucket of soapy water. But then the exciting thing happened. My 5 cubic yards of field dirt arrived. And so we started the process of moving that fill dirt from the location in the driveway into the basement so that we could then cart it through the crawl space access and fill in our 2 excavated areas in the crawl space to get those level. That will allow us to lay down the vapor barrier as part of the radon abatement process, which also ties into part of the crawl space encapsulation effort. So, long story short, I moved a lot of dirt and I'm not done. I actually did have some pretty good news. We had an electrician come in and evaluate our house. He's a friend of my son, my oldest son, who is an HVAC guy, so he came at the same time and looked at our HVAC system. And so between the two of them, we're feeling a lot better. So at the end of his walkthrough, I came away with a short to-do list of things to do that I'm totally competent. Well, it's probably not the right choice of words. So anyways, I came away with a list of things that need to be done, but it's a short list. In his words, there's no showstoppers in the house. We don't have anything that is we don't have any huge safety violations. He said there are a couple of things that are a little sketchy, but it's not like, we're gonna die in an electrical fire tomorrow. He's like, these are items I would put on top of your list and take care of those right away. So, we'll take care of those few items in short order. He was really intrigued with the low voltage system. Ours is apparently not a typical installation. Usually all of these relays are in some sort of a box, somewhat logically laid out, and ours are not. Ours looks like when you scoop up brass from the gun range and stick it in an ammo box to cart it home. That's kind of what it looks like. And now we're waiting to get some numbers back on what to do with our HVAC system. We did find out it's a carrier system. It's a 4-ton system, and it has some creative installation processes that were done to it. And now we're gonna look at the numbers and see if it's more feasible to just replace it. It does have the old refrigerant in it, which is like $125 a pound. We have 7.7 pounds in the line, so if it's bone dry of refrigerant or coolant or whatever you want to call it, you know, we're getting close to $1,000 to fill it up, to then maybe find out it's got a leak and then to have to try to hunt that leak down. So we just don't know about that, and we're waiting on numbers. So other than that, that's what happened this week. Hopefully we will get the okay to get into the attic, and then we will really start moving on. It's nice cool weather right now, but without any insulation in the house, the attic gets hot like it normally does, but then that heat just radiates right down through the ceiling into the house below, and that's no fun, because I've already been told by Mrs. Rattlecan that until we get that fixed, yeah, she's done. So that's what's going on at the house. Be sure to click like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to comment. We love to hear from you guys. Make sure you put your comments in the down below the sermon notes. We love to hear from you guys. You guys have a great weekend. Cheers.
If you enjoyed watching this episode of Mrs. Rattlecan's house, consider checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and to get the latest updates on our progress, like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.
Perhaps we should have some wine.